Welcome to Planting Thoughts. Today, we're going to soothe your ears with the delicate sound of Doritos. Some people get tingles, some people get misophonia. If you're in the second group, sorry about your rate spike just now.
We'll explain misophonia later. For now, yes, this is still Planting Thoughts, the show where we try to make psychology fun while oversharing just enough to regret it later.
Speaking of regret, last week I told my story about sending a voice message to the wrong girl. Still can't think about her without, feeling like my soul is actually leaving my body.
And I confessed to my boat police incident on the Chattahoochee, which, by the way, is still the most Georgia thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, true, Georgia, am I right? So, compared to that, whispering into the microphone should be kind of easy. Today we're talking ASMR, aka internet tingles, and the weird ways our brains decide what feels good or horrifying.
Let's start simple. ASMR stands for autonomous sensory meridian responses. It's that tingling feeling people get when they hear whispers, tapping, soft brushing.
Like your brain just got a tiny little day spa.
Right, and it's not inherently sexual. Research shows people mainly use it for relaxation, better mood, and sleep.
Yeah, so falling asleep to someone whispering about folding towels? Totally normal.
Unless it's you whispering, then it's creepy.
Accurate. My whisper voice is 50% Dracula and 50% car salesman.
That is a very accurate assessment of that. Okay, so here's where we nerd out. You might think ASMR is just people whispering into expensive microphones, but the science says otherwise. There are actual measurable brain and body changes.
Yeah, it's an excuse to watch hours of YouTube and, call it research.
Right? So let's start with the basics. When people experience ASMR, their heart rate goes down. We're talking measurable beats per minute decreases. That's a parasympathetic response, your rest and digest system kicking in.
So it's kind of like yoga for your neurons, right?
That's a
I mean,
good
your,
way, yeah.
your body's kind of on fire neurally, right? And it needs to calm down.
That's perfect way to explain it. But here's the twist. While the heart slows down, skin conductance goes up. That's actually a sign of arousal or alertness. So your body is calm, but your brain is tuned in.
Yeah, calm but alert, like a cat pretending it doesn't care about you, but secretly plotting your death.
Perfect analogy. Researchers describe it as a relaxed attentiveness. You're not zoned out, you're in this some soothing but focused state.
See, that's why I can fall asleep to ASMR, but also somehow focus better when I listen to it grading papers. My brain's like, yes, whisper about cucumbers while I calculate points.
Now, let's look inside the brain. Scans show ASMR lights up areas involved in the social bonding and affective touch, the same network that usually activates when someone gives you comforting attention.
Yeah, so it's basically like a hug for your brain without the awkward, do we go one arm or two arm hug decision.
Right. And studies from 2020, 2023, and 2025 found that when people watch ASMR, the brain's auditory and sensoromotor areas sync differently compared to just hearing audio. It's a multisensory thing. The brain is tricked into feeling touch just from sound and visual.
So when someone taps, a glass on YouTube, my brain thinks, ah, yes, I too am being gently tapped.
Pretty much. It's why so many ASMR videos are role plays, doctor exams, haircuts, cranial nerve tests. Your brain reads them as actual social care.
Which makes sense, I guess. When I hear someone whisper, I'm going to check your scalp, part of me melts, and the other part says, that's how every horror movie starts.
Here's another wild finding. It's compared ASMR videos to nature clips. Guess what? ASMR is more relaxing.
Hold up. You're saying a YouTuber tapping soap beats a waterfall in the relaxation Olympics?
Yeah. A 2025 Oxford study showed lower pulse rates during ASMR than just naturally watching the landscape.
Yeah, somewhere Mother Nature just rage quit.
ASMR also helps mood and attention, apparently. A 2022 experiment found people reported less sadness and more focus after an ASMR session. EEG readings even show changes in brain waves consistent with relaxed attention.
Yeah, so it's really not just in people's heads. Wait, no, it is in their heads, but scientifically,
So one study described it as similar to the effects of mindfulness. So that's going to be like meditation, a slowed physiology, calm mood, heightened awareness.
right. If I can meditate by listening to someone whisper blueberries for 20 minutes, I'll take it.
And get this, there are personality links. People who experience ASMR tend to score higher on openness to experiences
Mm-hmm.
and neuroticism.
The big five.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about that a few times. Translation, if you're curious, creative, and maybe a little anxious, and that combo makes you more likely to tingle, you're probably really into ASMR.
Yeah, it suggests some people are wired to be more receptive to these subtle sensory cues.
Meanwhile, I'm distracted, or I'm at least wired to be distracted by literally everything, right? I mean, that's the ADHD talking. So maybe that explains why I cannot tingle when someone crinkles paper.
Another point, the tingles often start in the scalp and travel down the spine. That's because ASMR overlaps with systems for effective touch, like gentle stroking that signals safety.
So evolution gave us tingles basically as a way of saying, congrats, you're safe, someone cares. And YouTube said, cool, let's monetize that.
And it works. Millions watch creators like Gibby or Gentle Whispering to get that exact sensation.
Shout out to them. My scalp thanks you.
Now, one question scientists ask is why doesn't everyone feel it?
Mhm.
Some people get intense tingles, others nothing. Current theories point to individual differences in brain connectivity. Basically, if your sensory and emotional systems are more tightly linked, you're more likely to get ASMR.
So some brands are like surround sound, I guess, and then others would be like mono speakers.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. You know what this sounds like? A lab setup. Okay, participants, lie still in the MRI. We're going to whisper at you as you tap this comb.
That's not far off, and researchers actually compare ASMR to frisson, and that's goosebump shivers that you get from music. Both trigger tingles, but frisson is shorter and awe-driven, while ASMR is slower and soothing.
Yeah, frisson is like wow chills, and ASMR is like cozy.
That's a perfect summary, yeah.
Okay, but let's not pretend all this is risk-free. What about the downsides?
Good point. Some researchers worry about over reliance on ASMR, like if people use headphones constantly to escape real world noise. That's also the risk of sleep displacement,
Yeah.
scrolling at 3 a.m. for just one more tingle.
Been there. Except it was TikTok dogs wearing sweaters, not ASMR. Same effect.
I think you should send those to me. And a few voices,
did.
I'm sure you did. And a few voices that are actually cautioning about parasocial relationships, getting too attached to these ASMR creators, confusing comfort with actual connection.
Yeah, so balance is really the name of the game. Like coffee. 1 cup, amazing. 6 cups, now we're seeing sounds.
Which ironically leads us to synesthesia, but that's for later.
Yeah, synesthesia, for those of you that don't know, is sort of when you have your sensory signals mixed. Yeah.
So, the classic triggers for ASMR are still whispering, tapping, scratching, mic brushing, page turning, personal tension role plays, essentially.
So basically, all the sounds you get shushed for in a library.
On TikTok, you'll see restock videos, soap cutting,
Nice.
kinetic sand, slime.
I love slime.
YouTube has the Legends Gibby ASMR, JoJo, Gentle Whispering, ASMR Darling, Glow. Gibby even did a full whispering Shrek remake.
Donkey, we're making waffles quietly. Honestly, terrifying.
But people love it. There's even the cultural angle. ASMR is becoming a coping tool for almost overstimulation in real life, like a cozy headphone escape.
Which honestly is what I do when family holidays get way too loud. Pop in the earbuds, watch someone restock the refrigerator in total silence, and pretend my relatives are on mute.
I mean, that's the way to do it. So, time for our immersive ASMR demo. Instead of a haircut, we're creating another mega popular ASMR video type, the cranial nerve exam. Soft voices, clicking pens, gentle tests. Let's go full doctor roleplay.
I've been feeling a little stressed. And also, like, I ate way too many Doritos.
That's very serious. Let's begin. Please follow my finger. Good, good.
I mean, honestly, I just kept staring at your manicure.
Now, can you identify this smell?
Is it hand sanitizer mixed with regret?
Very close. It's lavender. Classic ASMR scent. Now open wide. Say ah.
Do I get extra credit for this?
Only if your gag reflex doesn't ruin the audio. Last test. Repeat after me. Tingle, tingle, tingle.
Tingle.
Perfect. Diagnosis? You're experiencing mild tingles with a side of comedic embarrassment. Treatment? 20 minutes of whispering soap cutting videos.
Honestly, I feel relaxed and judged.
You should.
That's the ASMR experience. I
That-
mean, who wouldn't judge someone who watches pickles for 5 hours?
Hey, everyone has their thing. Research shows ASMR helps with stress, sleep, and mood. People even say it helps with anxiety.
Brain bubble baths.
But there are cautions. Some people overuse it, hours on headphones, cocoon from the world. Others scroll until 3 a.m. chasing tingles and end up sleep deprived.
So it's like ice cream. Great in moderation. Rough if you eat the whole gallon at 2 a.m.
100%.
Just ask my stomach.
Creators have to deal with these misinterpretations, like
Yeah.
people sexualizing content that's meant to be soothing.
True, true. Everything becomes about sex in the society.
Oh,
it
100%.
seems.
And not everyone likes these sounds. Misophonia is when certain noises, chewing, sniffing, make you feel actual rage.
Fair enough. Let's break it down scientifically. Misophonia literally means hatred of sound. Studies using fMRI, like those by Kumar et al. In 2017, show that people with misophonia have hyperactive anterior insular cortices. That's the brain's region that integrates sound with emotional response.
So for some, chewing is relaxing, which is weird. For others, it's a soundtrack of their villain origin story. So my reaction to your crunching is brain science approved.
Exactly. It's not just an annoyance, it's a full-on emotional response, right? Research also suggests stronger connections between the auditory system and the amygdala, which is basically your brain's sort of like fight or flight center, right? It's what, helps you recognize scary faces and stuff like that. Some misophonics also show increased heart rate and skin conductance when exposed to these trigger sounds.
Wow, so this is science, not just me being dramatic.
Yes, and it's been quantified. 2013 study in Frontiers in Psychology measured these physiological responses. People with misophonia didn't just feel irritated, they had measurable stress responses. Genetics may play a role too, and environmental factors like repeated exposure to certain trigger sounds during a sensitive period could contribute. Personally, I've had the classic misophonia moment, sitting in a movie theater with my brother, calmly watching the film and wanting to punch him in the face for the way he was breathing.
I've never related to something more, honestly, and I feel that pain in my bones.
It was horrible.
Now, beyond misophonia, there's trypophobia, the disgust or fear of clustered holes, like lotus pods. It's not just ooh, it's skin crawling, nauseous level discomfort.
Yeah, I saw trypophobia on TikTok once and felt like my skin was trying to exit the chat.
Same sensory world, totally different experiences, but that's what's making it so fascinating, that our brain is deciding differently.
Yeah. What you're saying is noise canceling headphones or a personal bubble might be lifesavers. Either way, science explains why our brain overreacts, but doesn't make it any less hilarious when someone goes berserk over a sniffle.
That is fair. I feel like right now at work, people are going to kill me. And ASMR has cousins, for example, frisson, the shiver you get from powerful music, or a movie scene, shorter, more intense, and odder.
Yeah, I get that from Mario Kart Rainbow Road soundtrack. Goosebumps every time.
There's also flow states, so deep immersion in painting, gaming, or writing, no tingles, but the same calm focus.
My version of flow is writing a lesson plan at midnight in a panic.
That's not like flow, that's poor time management.
Hurtful, but true.
But true. Oddly satisfying content is another cousin, soap cutting, slime, hydraulic presses. It's more about visual resolution than tingles.
Nothing heals the soul like watching a hydraulic press crush a Lego tower or a hearse.
That was not kind. But some people have the opposite. ASAR, autonomous sensory aversive responses, whispers creep them out.
So basically, middle school serenades, confirmed aversive.
Yes, 100%. Can confirm as a former middle school teacher. Tactile euphoria is another real touch, like scalp massages producing tingles kind of deal. Many ASMR videos try to mimic that.
So my barber, or as I like to call him, my hair clipper, is technically an ASMR artist.
Yeah.
Just without the YouTube channel.
Yeah, because you get haircuts so often. And the future of VR and haptics. Imagine ASMR in a headset, someone whispering while your haptic gloves simulate brushing.
Okay, that could get really dangerous. And that's either the future of therapy or a plot of a dystopian novel. That said, there's some really fun possibilities there.
Oh, 100%. Finally, synesthesia. Some people literally hear colors or see sounds. A few report ASMR-like tingles from those crossovers.
So if you listen to jazz and see purple clouds, that's a legit condition.
Brains are weird.
They really are weird.
There's so much going on in there that we really don't know.
I love the brain.
It's interesting. So big picture, ASMR is real backed up research. It helps with calm, mood, and sleep, but it's not therapy.
Yeah, and not everyone reacts the same, actually. Some chill, some rage, some sprint away from the lotus pods. They really do.
The cousins, frisson and flow, oddly satisfying content, tactile euphoria, synesthesia, remind us that sensory psychology is broader than one internet trend.
Which means our brains are wired for both chill out and freak out at the strangest things,
Thanks for planting thoughts with us today. Next week, procrastination.
which I'll prepare at 2 a.m. the night before.
Flow state?
Panic state, totally different vibe.
That's totally fair. All right, succulents, we've whispered, we've crunched, we've tingled, and hopefully after you're either deeply relaxed or deeply confused. Either way, we're glad you stuck with us.
And I'm glad you're stuck with us.
You are.
And remember, ASMR isn't just internet fluff. The science shows it calms hearts, lifts moods, and maybe even outperforms Mother Nature's waterfalls. Take that, Yosemite.
So whether you're a whisper lover or a slime watcher or a proud member of Team Misophonia Rage, your sensory world is valid and psychology says it's fascinating.
And if your brain whispered, subscribe during this episode, listen to it. Hit that button, rate us, review us, and join the billions and billions and billions and billions of humans who are already improving their lives, their relationships, and their dinner party conversation starters, thanks to this beautiful, leafy little podcast.
Billions with a B. There's more people than that living on Earth, but who's counting? Next week, we're shifting gears from tingles to tobacco. We'll be tackling the rise of teen vaping and how the industry uses psychological tricks, colors, flavors, social proof to hook young brains.
Spoiler, if you've ever wondered why watermelon bubble gum suddenly smells like nicotine, it's not an accident. That's classical conditioning.
We'll break down the research, the marketing schemes, and talk about how psychology can help us fight back.
So stay tuned, succulents. Until then, hydrate, find your tingles responsively, and don't crunch Doritos straight into someone's ear unless you hate them.
This has been Planting Thoughts, and I am a host, so nice to meet you. See you next time. Bye.